This man may save England.
I have chosen to speak to you today from the farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about.
This is Rupert Lowe, a politician from England, and he is looking at saving his country. He thinks that England is lost. He thinks that it is absolutely gone beyond repair, ladies and gentlemen, and I think he is right. I think he is extremely correct. I think there is absolutely no doubt that England, the UK, and a number of other Western countries, Australia, Canada, we are all going down this path. Unless someone stands up and says, enough, we are all fucked. Completely fucked. I want you to watch this video with me. It is absolutely earth-shattering news.
This is the England I know, and this is the England that I love.
This is a man proud of his country. Something that I believe is lost to the ages.
On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations, in what you leave behind to those who come after you.
And this bloke also has only been a politician for a couple of years. He was in business before this. He was in real jobs. I do not trust any politicians who have always been involved in politics. They are gross.
And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. I'm now going to dedicate my life to finding, organising, funding, and providing hundreds of qualified candidates to present to the British people at the next general election.
If you want to see what's killing England, look no further than the English Parliament. They recently voted against opening a massive investigation into the attacking of children by particular people in the UK. This video right here shows you exactly what is wrong with England right now. This is English Parliament, and they are asking the question, should they do an investigation into the enormous amount of crimes against children committed by a particular community?
The noes to the left, 364. So the noes have it, the noes have it.
364 people. That was the winning vote. They voted against looking into that. That's horrific. So England is rotten to its core, and it seems like people like Rupert Lowe are looking to make a change.
In local politics, we will work in partnership with localised political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not be politicians. I promise you that. They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the
This
past.
is important.
They will be from business, from the military, from science, from medicine, from education.
It is about time that not only for people of England, but people of the world, that we are represented by us, not politicians. And this is why groups and movements like Restore Britain are so fucking important right now.
From industry, representing real communities up and down the country. Every single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment, and every single one will understand the difficult decisions that need to be taken. Because there are no easy fixes.
So what is Restore Britain going to do? And he answers it without beating around the bush at all.
I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now. What is necessary will be incredibly painful. But for the first time in a very long time, voters will have a genuine alternative which is truthful with them about the scale of what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more importantly, who stays in our country.
Isn't that just so simple and yet so necessary?
Restore Britain will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it.
And that's what needs to be done as well. I know that sounds horrifying to a lot of people hearing me say that, but in England right now, that country is overrun with people who have illegally migrated or immigrated into that country. And when you do that, the people who arrive, a lot of the time, they're not asylum seekers. They're not refugees. In fact, most of the time. most of the time, and this happened in the United States as well, they were military-aged men looking for another country to live in. And they turn up, and a lot of these guys bring their baggage with them, bring their shit ideas, their shit attitude, and that is why the crime rates in the United Kingdom have skyrocketed. That is why people are scared in their own country. And that is why England, the country we know, is currently decomposing in the ground. And I think what this guy's trying to do is resurrect it. I don't need to say this, but I will. There are so many great migrants in England. There are so many great migrants in Australia and the United States. And those people are all different ethnicities. They look different. They have different skin colors. We're not just talking about brown people here, black people. We're talking about all types of people, white people included. The biggest issue that England is facing is with this mass migration of people. They are deciding that their way of life, that their culture is so much more important than the culture that has run through England for thousands of years. And thus, they are turning that country, the new country they live in, into their old country. This is where the problem is. A lot of these people have left those old countries because they don't like them, because they're not safe. And if you bring the shit with you, then guess what? It's going to start to stink pretty quick.
Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported.
I don't see anything wrong with that. If you enter a country illegally, you should be deported.
The message will be unrelenting.
If you enter a country illegally, you should be deported because you've broken a law. Now, I think they should take this case by case. I really do. It's the same with ICE in America. If you are in America, if you're in the UK, if you're in Australia, and you are an awesome person, if you're really contributing to society, if you've got a beautiful family, if you're really doing great, then fucking leave them there. This is not what these movements are about. Don't remove the bad people. Don't remove great people. You just remove the bad. At the moment, people are too terrified to remove anyone. And that's the problem.
If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed.
See, that's not an outrageous statement to make. There's too many people in the UK. The UK is tiny, okay? It is very, very small, and there are so many people there. And the way that that population grows every single year, it just outcompetes everything. It outcompetes the amount of food there, the houses, everything. So it's just far too many people. Before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, this video is brought to you by the Better Dad app, getting dads fit, getting dads healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start on the 1st of March, a 6-week challenge. This 6-week challenge is going to change lives, and the person who gets the fucking hottest from this challenge is going to win a Traeger grill smoker. It's absolutely delicious. Mine is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is sign up at betterdadapp.com right now and start your fitness journey, or continue your fitness journey, or get back into it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. That's why I built the app, and that's why I think we'd all benefit from it. Now, back to the video.
If a foreign national is unable to speak English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate, commits crime, or even actively hates our way of life and wishes to do us harm, then they must leave or be made to leave.
I think being able to speak English, or speaks English the way he said it, I think at least if you're trying, then that's great. It's like if you go to any country, like you try and speak the local language, otherwise you're just a bit of a dick, right? Fails to integrate, once again, you should be trying to do that. As far as people hating England, then yeah, fair. Then why are you here? Fuck off. Like if you don't like it, if you're at a party, right, and you hate it here, I hate this party, then go. It's not hard.
Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children. That I promise you. If that means millions go, then millions go. We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants. We know that's simply not true. What we need is to get millions of healthy Brits back into work.
And what I want to reinforce here is I don't think this guy is talking about just white people. There are a lot of people in England of all different colours. But people who are born in England, actual British people, right? The people who are there, they are the ones who you must look after first. In all our countries, we have to protect, we have to look after, we have to nurture, we have to encourage, we have to grow the people who are born there, of all colours. That's not an outrageous thing to say, surely.
A radical overhaul of how welfare is delivered. protecting those in genuine need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It
Another
really
great
is
attitude.
that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits.
Now, Rupert here, he says something I think is quite profound. And I think we should all listen to it. And I think it is true absolutely everywhere. It's this.
The state has definitively become the enemy of the people.
We are run by tyrants. And I don't think that people ever get into politics because they want to rule people, but that's what they do. They have absolute power. And as we know, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That is what we are seeing all over the Western world. We are on the precipice of authoritarianism, and none of us are seemingly doing anything about it, except for people like this dude. I guess, though, we are seeing it all over the world. We saw the rise of MAGA. We saw the rise of Reform UK over in the United Kingdom, and now Restore Britain. We've seen it in Australia with the One Nation Party. We're seeing it everywhere. People are just looking at the mainstream, this two-party preferred system, and going, fuck you. You don't represent me. You don't know what it's like to be me. You don't live in the real world. This is ridiculous that we are being run by these people, these overlords who think they know what's best for us. Guess what? You fucking don't. You're not in the real world. You don't exist here. We exist on two very different planes. I think we are going to see change soon. I think we're seeing a massive overhaul. I think people, they've woken up and they've seen the world for what it really is. The power of the internet, the power of Twitter, the power of all these sort of social media networks. People are able to access information they never could before. All of the things that have happened in the past, whether it's something to do with immigration, whether it's something to do with illnesses that happened in 2020, if that had happened 50 years ago, we would all just nod along. We'd accept it. Because the government wouldn't lie to us. Why would they? But now we know they do. Constantly, consistently, all the time.
Restore Britain will burn away suffocating taxes on work and enterprise. We will slash unnecessary regulation. We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture. We must crush parasitic Britain. We will restore long-term, stable, logical policy so that businesses can plan and invest and grow again. But Restore Britain is about much more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about who we are as a nation and who we are as a people.
I love this patriotic shit.
Britain is not just an economy. Britain is not just an idea. Britain is not just a passport.
See, I think you can do that. I think you can do that. And I think you can actually celebrate other faiths, other nationalities that live with you. I think you don't want to narrow it down too sharply because there are people of different faiths. I don't disagree. I think it's good to sort of look at your Christian heritage because a lot of us have Christian heritage or Catholic heritage, but also consider that there are people of other different faiths and there are people without faith too. And I think all of those are very valid. If you want to be faithful, okay, cool, whatever. But if you want to not believe in God, then that's absolutely fine as well. And, you know, the separation of church and state, I think that's very important.
Responsibility, restraint, forgiveness, duty, and fairness. In short, a high-trust society. That will mean defending our culture. That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam. That will mean banning the burqa, outlawing Sharia law, blocking cousin marriages, and reimposing our Christian-based rule of law.
Okay, let's go past those points one by one.
That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam.
Cool. Islam, the religion itself. You can be Islamic, you can be a Muslim, and not be radical, I think. But there are people out there that are radicals. And I think that should be discouraged. It's obvious that it's very much not positive. And I'm trying to, be polite for YouTube. It's obvious that's not positive.
It will mean banning the burqa.
I think if you want to wear a burqa, you should be able to wear a burqa.
Outlawing Sharia law.
Outlawing Sharia law? Yes.
Blocking cousin marriages.
Did you know that they voted against blocking cousin marriages? That's
and reimposing our Christian-based rule of law.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think the Christian-based rule of law, a lot of laws are built off religions, even though the religious aspect gets lost over time. I think that's okay.
Restore Britain government would legislate to ensure that no halal or kosher slaughter on British soil.
That's an interesting one. I've been told by butchers that halal meat is actually extremely unfair to the animal.
This is Britain, and we will do things our way.
I think that's great. Good on you.
This political party now exists for one reason: to restore Britain, to make it a better, safer, and more prosperous place for British men and women to raise their families. It will be difficult, and it will be painful. But I assure you, it is possible. I hope you will consider joining me on this journey and becoming a member of our party.
That is a powerful message.
It is our country. It is now our collective responsibility.
Wow, okay, that's the message from Rupert Lowe, and he is the founding leader of Restore Britain. Well, will it gain traction? Well, that video itself has had over 25 million views on Twitter in, well, one day. Shit, that's a lot. So, will it work? I don't know. I don't know if enough people will get behind it. I think that, you know, meeting this very far left ideology with a more centre-right ideology, I think it's positive. I think hopefully what happens is it lands somewhere in the middle. I think that's where everyone is most comfortable. But I do think that society needs a more right-wing way of living. I think that is far more positive, because left-wing politics have just fucking lost it. All right, left-wing politics is so far left right now, it's a fucking nightmare. But what Rupert did in this video, if it happened 300, 400, 500 years ago, that would have been a declaration of war. Like, the two sides would have met in the battlefield. There would have been thousands and thousands dead lying there, and the victor would have been the one who was able to wade through the bloodshed and hold their shield high in the streets or in the fields of England. So I don't know what will happen from this. All I know, and what I know from British politics, and it is very, very similar here in Australia, is the left-wing party somehow gets in and they slowly but surely take away people's rights, the right to freedom of speech. People in the UK are getting arrested because of the shit they say on the internet. They're getting locked up for years, and they're not doing the same to people committing actual horrible crimes. The same thing is going to happen here in Australia, and I think it is obvious that we need change too. I absolutely guarantee you that the answer is not removing everyone who's brown, or anyone who's black, or anyone who's Asian, or anyone who's Australian. That is not the answer. There has to be nuance to this, okay? You can't just go in there and steal people from their houses. I don't think that's the answer. What I think the answer is, though, looking at the evil people, whatever colour they are, and getting rid of them. That is the answer. I don't know. What do you think? If you're from the UK, let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. If you're from Australia and you're seeing similar things happening here, what do you think? If you're from the United States, let me know what you think, looking at all of us, you know, at this game of chess that we seem to be all playing. It's a very strange time to be alive. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye-bye.